Good evening, Facebook community. This is Jennifer with Uplifting Life Naturally. It's been a little while since I've been on live, so I wanted to kind of get back in the swing of things and start hopping on live here again. So I figure tonight's a good enough night as any. I appreciate everybody hopping on. Hi, Bob, Jamie, Bob, two Bobs there. Bob, I hope you guys had a nice time at the beach. It looked nice. Hi, Cindy. Just going to give a few minutes here, see if some people hop on, and hopefully my children stay at bay. I've forewarned them that I would be going live, so hopefully they'll listen. Sometimes, as those of you with kids know, that can make it worse, but we'll see. So anyways, I do see quite a few people hopping on. As always, I appreciate your support. I just wanted to, talk a little bit about my journey. I've been getting a lot of questions lately as far as, how do I do it all? How do you have time to get all this stuff done? How do you make time for yourself? Between working full time, raising my children, and just, managing a home and stuff. So I figured I'd hop on here. I know there's been quite a few newer people that have started to follow and ask and, weren't aware. So I just wanted to share my story. So basically, I started my own fitness journey would have been end of February into March of 2016. I had just decided I needed to do something different for myself. I had been spending a lot of time, certainly not prioritizing myself between, being a single mom, working full time, and just trying to juggle everything. And, it just, I don't know if I woke up one day and just kind of realized, hey, I do matter, and, why don't I have time for myself? And also, I did have a few pounds I wanted to lose. I was feeling tired and sluggish, and, certainly as I was, reaching the age of 45, there comes 50 thereafter, and I don't know about you guys, but, that's something I've actually been struggling with a little bit. Never bothered me with any other birthdays at all, ever. And this one kind of still is, already. So maybe it was that. I don't know. But at any rate, I had decided it was time to make myself a priority. And if I wasn't going to commit to the time or make the time for me, well, nobody else was going to do it. Living in a house with 4, preteens and teens who, think the world revolves only around them, they certainly weren't going to, offer any help or suggestions. So I decided it was up to me or it wasn't going to get done. So I did reach out to a friend of mine who I know was, helping with some coaching and, different things to answer some questions. But probably the biggest part of that was, helping me find the time to commit to myself and giving me maybe, I guess you can say the okay, if you would, that it's all right as a mom to take time for yourself. It doesn't always have to be give to everybody else. Because as a healthcare professional, I'm like a lot of you, I know what to eat and what not to eat, and exercise is good for you and all that stuff. But, when it came down to it, that really wasn't the issue at hand. Like I said, I knew all that stuff. So, why was I, struggling? And that's, pretty much as I reflected what it came down to. As moms, oftentimes we feel guilty if we are doing something for ourselves. And I'm sure, the majority of you probably agree, and probably even, I know there's some dads probably on here as well. And, it's not just a mom thing. I know some dads too, feel guilty. And it's, really important that we start taking time for ourselves. And I learned that during my first, couple of weeks where I, really committed to myself, and no matter what, I was going to exercise for at least 30 minutes a day, and I had committed to myself that I was going to improve my nutrition. Certainly I did not force that change in nutrition necessarily upon my children. I took the route that, they are kids. I'm not going to be, totally crazy over not letting them have sugar or junk or anything like that. And part of that was because I probably, was concerned that I wouldn't have enough energy to fight that battle. But in reality, it all actually worked out because, my girls are very inquisitive. They're very curious about what I do and what I'm eating. And of course, it started out with, ooh, that's gross. How are you eating that? We don't want any of that. But really over time, what I started doing was finding some simpler meals or dishes that I could make for myself on those nights that, they wanted that, hot dogs and macaroni and cheese, that, awesome dinner that they love. I certainly wasn't going to eat that. And so I found simple things, whether it be, salad with some leftover chicken from earlier, a day or two before, or some fish I can just pop in the oven. Something that was simple that didn't really make me feel that I was, cooking 2 meals. And over time, they started to really watch and get interested. And now, sometimes I get frustrated. And it's funny how things turn around, a little over a year later. I get frustrated sometimes when I want to give them that hot dog and macaroni and cheese because it's easier for me. And, I hear about, the fat that's in it, or how much sodium might be in that macaroni and cheese, or, something like that. So, our kids are watching. And if you are like me and we're somebody who struggles with, making that time for yourself and feeling guilty about that, maybe one way you can look at it is, really doing that for you is in turn, going to be the best thing for your family, as far as making some healthier choices and taking care of yourselves. My kids have started running. I don't think that they're really interested in marathon running or races or anything. However, as a family, we are going to Pittsburgh later this month and doing a run. So they're looking forward to that. So, our kids are watching. So, that's kind of how my journey started, and, just simply by being tired of being tired, basically. And as I found, how much that really helped me, not only physically, but psychologically, I, really wanted to make sure that I was giving back to, my friends, family, the community, because as a healthcare professional, I see so much. I've seen so much in the past regarding chronic illness, diabetes, high blood pressure, kidney disease, young people on dialysis, and now working in behavioral medicine, seeing so much depression and anxiety, which, in talking with people, so much of it comes down to, the choices we make. Certainly I realize with, a lot of the health issues, sometimes there are things that are out of our control, and simple things like taking care of ourselves for 30 minutes a day isn't necessarily, going to correct, some health issues. But, speaking more so for, some of those basic general things where people just, feel down in a slump, and, something like that really can be helpful. So I wanted to, really make a difference with that. And also, when you think about it, the way healthcare is going, and, I don't know about you, but I know myself, I certainly don't want to be depending on healthcare, the healthcare industry down the road. For any healthcare needs. So, I'm really determined to try to keep myself as healthy as possible, and hope and pray that, some unforeseen things that, can't be controlled just simply with taking care of myself, don't happen. But certainly if that does, I want to be, as healthy as possible so I can, recover or deal with whatever it is. So with that said, basically a lot of what I do is, help, primarily women who are struggling with, whether it's, feeling down, feeling, overwhelmed with life, and helping them see how, even 30 minutes out of a day really, truly can make a difference, because that's all it ever took from, me, 30 minutes. I was never one to get into the long, drawn out, hour-long workouts, and, certainly even I found some that are 20, 25 minutes, and, that's more up my alley. But it can be done. If anybody has any questions, wants to, know a little bit more about how I might be able to help, please reach out to me. I'm certainly open. I'll drop my website in the comments below when the video posts, if anybody wants to check out any more information. But I just wanted to hop back on here since I haven't been on for a while. I know a lot of people have been, inquiring and asking questions. So I just wanted to share that information. So with that said, I hope everybody has a great evening, and I will be planning on starting to do more lives a little more regularly. So I hope to see you on. As always, I appreciate your help and support. Thank you.